And there was a one, Java. I caught my breath like, was that the one? Okay, so y'all, hey, welcome back to the amazing 102.5 FM. Now, we got a guest in here today, y'all, and he didn't pre-warn me. He just said it when he got here. He said he raw, okay? So y'all just get ready to hear that raw, honest feedback. But first, before we go into our conversation, Maurice, will you go ahead and introduce yourself? Tell our listening audience, which are small business owners and nonprofit leaders like yourself, what is it that you do? That's a little bit about you.
All right. First of all, my name is Maurice Edwards. What I do, I am a residential and commercial roofer.
Residential and commercial
roofing. Yes.
Roofing.
Yes.
Okay.
Company,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. Roofing company. Very
Yes.
good. Residential and commercial. Basically, you can do your house or your business. That's what
There
you're
you
telling the
go.
people.
That is correct.
And so, how did you get into that?
Well, it's a funny story. How I ended up getting into it when COVID hit.
Mm-hmm.
I was an IT administrator for over 10 to 12 years.
Okay. Technology kind of.
Yes.
Okay.
I did that. And it was paying great.
Mm-hmm.
But then I realized when it actually hit, I realized I went through saving and everything less than a year. And I realized I haven't built any kind of wealth or nest egg for my family. I was just literally, how you say, high price living, paycheck to paycheck. We was living comfortable. We was doing
Right.
everything for the kids and all that.
Right.
But I realized I really didn't have anything saved. So, how they say, I'm a spiritual man. I believe in God, Christ, and all that. So when I put it like this, the Lord put me down on my cooling bed, as they say, and a vision came to me because I went in the hospital with COVID when it first hit back in 2020, like when everybody's getting put on the ventilators and they wasn't coming off.
Wow.
And then that's when, I was about to be put on a ventilator. And it was 6 hours for, but my wife, she spoke up because she has a master's in chemistry, and she started doing the research. Like, don't give them that. Give them this remdesivir, whatever that was, not the other stuff they were talking about, the bleach or whatever you want to call it.
Right.
So,
thank God for your wife.
yeah. So it was 6 hours about to go on, and then they said I started making a recovery, but before that recovery came, I felt like the Spirit started speaking to me. He said, "This is what you're gonna do." And at that point in time, Psalms 23 was going through my mind, and
For those of you who may be wondering, that's the Lord is my shepherd verse.
Yes.
For those of us who
Yes.
grew up at the Vacation Bible School,
Yes.
that's the Lord is my shepherd verse.
yes, there you go. And so it started going through my head, and it told me that, hey, you're gonna get out and you're gonna start your own business. I said, okay, Lord, not knowing how or whatever. I'm thinking it's gonna be in IT, and the Lord says, no. You're going to start a commercial residential roofer, and you're going to help the people. And I said, Lord, what do I know about roofing? Only thing I did was, back in the country, it's like, hey, when you 13, 14 years old, you got up there, you put a roof on Big Mama's house, and the uncles, they told you what to do and nail these shingles here and there. But, I was like, Lord, that ain't nothing I want to do. But, sometimes it just pays to be obedient.
Yes.
So when I was getting out, it took me everything, told me how I was going to do it and everything else too. Not only did he give me the wisdom and understanding of how to do it, how to actually create my business to make it an S corporation, doing the insurance, to who to reach out to make the contacts with. When the Lord provides, he provides everything to the point where it's like, hey, my credit, he made a way for my credit to shoot up. When I was like, hey, I didn't know how. When my stimulus check he told me to use that. I invested into my business, create a business plan, and I just kept working, and and it's like, hey, you be obedient, and you do as you say do, and you move, and I say move, you gonna be all right. And I told my wife, because at first, I called her. I hate to be like that. I said, she asked, you sure you're going to do a roofing business? I said, you almost remind me of Lot's wife. Don't be that.
How long has your business now existed?
Right now, we're going into our 5th year.
Y'all hear that? And that's
Yes.
but grace, because, we're at the Bible school, too.
Yes.
But listen, so when we hear that, because, see, I thought Maurice was finna say, y'all, I'm Maurice Edwards, the business. I didn't know we was finna go way down this line real good, but that's real good. That's
Yes.
real good. Because I think it's a very realistic space to have a conversation about perseverance,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Because the reality is you were in IT,
Yes.
but you had to be willing to pivot and obey.
Yes.
So this is a twofold conversation. Kudos for the spaces where we say push through, but then kudos for the spaces when you learn how to let go.
There you
And
go.
it's both sides of it. And
It
so I
is.
think you've taken us down a road that's still very necessary
Yes.
for a conversation about perseverance and being right here at the end of the year. Some people, we're going to get ready to go to commercial break because I already know Jehovah's hand finna go up. But some people at this place, I would think, Maurice, are in a space where they are considering goals for next year for their current business.
Yes.
But other people like yourself may realistically need to be in the space of, do I let go? Do I pivot? Do I shift? Do I obey this thing that I keep hearing? For
Yes.
some people, that's the real space to be in.
Right. It is. It is. Like I say, every day I get up, I pray for wisdom, understanding, and guidance. And He has not let me down yet.
Yeah.
When it comes down, when it always comes down to it, it's like I haven't had to worry about money
Yes.
or paying bills or anything, because God, He always seen. I always say, when it was time of need, He always provided me my lamb in the bush, no matter what. His. I mean, He has always just
provided
been there.
for
Yes,
you.
He has always provided for me and my family, and I think that comes from belief and being obedient
And being
and doing everything that I need to do. Yes, to stay in His grace.
Yes.
Even down to paying tithes.
Yes.
But,
So
yes.
you are, see, now he won't talk to you about the tithe. Hold on a minute. Hold on. We gonna raise him on the air. Okay, we're gonna take a moment. Y'all keep it tuned. Y'all keep it right here on the amazing 102.5 FM. We're gonna come back and see what else Pastor Maurice wants to bring to the
Lord.
people today. All right. We'll talk to you in just a minute.